What's up, rock stars? Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing our November favorites. I was really excited at the end of October because I thought I was going to have a million favorites to show you for November, but some things happened in my family and turns out I ended up not wearing makeup like 90% of the entire month. So I didn't really have a chance to try out a lot of new things or rediscover some old things that I used to really enjoy. And I do have one thing that is not beauty related, but I just had to share them because they were adorable. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into our favorites. So the first favorite that I have for this month is this little guy right here. This is the NARS blush in Madly. It looks just like this. It is a mauve nude shade. I have seen this in stores a few times in Minnesota and I've swatched it and I've passed almost, well no, not almost, every single time. So I'm like, it doesn't swatch very pretty. I see other people on YouTube use it and it looks phenomenal on them, and I'm just like, you know what, it's gotta be me. Like, it really, there is no other explanation. It has to be my skin tone and it just does not work. So when I was in Las Vegas with my mom and my grandma, they had this and there was only one left, and I was like, you know what, it's kind of a sign, because the last like 3 or 4 times that I had gone to Sephora here in Minnesota, they didn't have it. It was all sold out. So I was like, well, let's try it, see what happens. If I don't like it, I can still return it when I get back to Minnesota. It'll be not a big deal. I ended up falling in love with it. This was the only blush I wore almost the entire month. The next thing that I have is kind of unusual for me because it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. This is the ReAl Techniques Sculpting Brush, and I love this brush. I love the angle. It's super densely packed, so it's very, very precise in its application. And as you can see by my extremely intense cheeks today, that's all thanks to this guy. I don't use this to contour my face. Basically what I'll do is I'll take the bronzer and, you know, put it on the brush, tap off the excess, and I will go like above, right above the hollows of my cheek with the end of the brush, and just kind of dab just like that. The first couple of times I used this brush, it was a huge mess. Like, talk about drag queen look. I have no problem with that. Clearly I'm rocking it right now. But it was even a little bit too much, to the point where it kind of looked a little clowny. So yeah, definitely if you're a beginner, be very, very careful and use a very, very light hand with this. But it's definitely something to pick up. This is the LORAC Pro Contour Palette. It's got this nice big mirror I'll try not to blind you with. It looks just like this. I have not dipped into the deep contour or the beige highlight yet. I will eventually. I love, 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 love the medium contour and the light contour. What I do is I take the stippling brush in the medium contour. That's what I use to bronze up my face. So, you know, my cheeks, my temples, my neck. And then I will go in and take the light contour, and that's what I will use to actually carve out my cheekbones, and my nose if I am feeling doing a nose contour, and then underneath my bottom lip. And I use the light contour shade with the brush that comes in this palette. I got mine at Kohl's. You can get them at Ulta and at loracosmetics.com as well. The next product I want to talk about is this little guy right here. This is the Cinema Secrets Professional Grade Makeup Brush Cleaner. A bunch of words that I don't know how to say. And it says quick drying rinse free formula. Two downsides to this product. Number one, the smell is so extremely strong. If you are sensitive to smells, you are not going to like this. Downfall number two, mine, for some reason, like, doesn't work. See that pathetic spray? I'm like wasting it. That's not cool. It doesn't work, so I can't just spray this. Oh my gosh, it smells so strong. I can't just spray this like on my brush and then swirl it around, wipe it off, and go to town. I do actually have to either dunk the brush in here just a little bit and then wipe it off, or I have to actually like take the cap off and then pour it on a paper towel, you know, and then swirl that way. Make sure you test your sprayers first before you take this guy home. But I love this so much. If you have seen my previous videos, actually I think I did have it in my first favorites video that I did back in March. I was using the Clinique brush cleaner and I loved it for spot cleaning, and it worked really well. Oh my goodness, my brushes are so much cleaner when I use this than they are when I use the Clinique one. I was like, well, what the heck? This is just crazy. So I look past the smell, I look past the fact that my sprayer is broken, and use this guy every time I spot clean my brushes now. That's why he's almost gone. I do have to get a big bottle very soon to replace this little guy. The next product I have to share with you is this guy right here. This is the Kat Von D versus Formula X nail polish in the shade Vampira. It's what I've got on my nails a little bit still. I apologize. I need to get these babies back in shape. I just haven't had the time to spend on them, and I don't feel like spending $50 on a manicure because I don't feel like it's worth it. Anyways, I love Formula X nail polishes just in general. I love Kat Von D, so when they put the two of them together, I was like, yes, I need this in my life. I only needed one coat. I used two just because that's the way I do things. I always like the way that two coats looked. So because I loved this guy so much, I bought this one and I bought another one when I was in Vegas. I got Vampira and I got Love LUV, which is a pretty electric purple. I will most likely be waiting until closer to springtime to wear that color, just because the Vampy colors are in right now. And how awesome is it to have your nails match your lips? So this is NARS Chelsea Girls Lip Gloss, and this is the reformulated version in the stick form. I'm not going to swatch this for you just because everybody and their mother has seen Chelsea Girls in one form or another. The color is the same as the Chelsea Girls in the pot that you have to stick your finger in and rub all over your lips. So if you have that one, there's no need for this one until you run out. I personally like the stick form better. I hate sticking my finger in something and like rubbing it all over my lips and then having it on my fingers, and it's a mess. I do it because I have to, but I really don't like to. So when they came out with this guy, I was super excited, and I have worn this pretty much every day. I have just kind of like left it in my purse and used it just at random. The last beauty product I have for you is also from NARS, which is really funny because up until very extremely recently, I was not really a fan of NARS's products at all. I had a couple of their things. I liked a couple of their things. I didn't think they were worth all the hype and worth the price. And then they started reformulating a bunch of stuff, and now I have to say I'm a huge fan. And I think what really pushed me over the edge into fandom was this guy. So this is the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is in the shade Light 4. This foundation is amazing. First of all, it comes with a pump. I did not have to buy the pump separately. I feel like if you pay more than even like $10 for a foundation, it better have a pump. When I put this on my face, I cannot feel it at all. I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. I don't feel cakey. I don't feel super oily, greasy. It lasts a really long time. It looks really pretty on my skin, and it is very close to my natural like neck shade, which I also really appreciate because I have an extremely hard time finding foundations that match my skin. I do set it with a powder. I set all of my foundation with a powder all of the time just because that is the way I like to do things. Most recently, like the past 6-ish weeks, I've been experimenting with it, and I really like the method. And this foundation works really well with that. So this very last favorite has nothing to do with makeup, nothing to do with hair, nothing to do with skincare. But I am so extremely happy about this, it's not even funny. And it is these guys right here. So these are a Michael Kors Wedge high top sneaker. I need to clean them because they are dirty, but I have worn these pretty much every single chance that I've gotten since I bought them. These were also a Vegas purchase. I wore them the day that I got them, the next day, on the plane ride home, the next day after that. Pretty much anytime I've gone shopping after I've came home. I wore these on my birthday. I wear these when I take my sister to dance class. I wear these all the time. I love them. I never ever once thought that I would be the wedged sneaker type. I saw people wearing them around the street and I thought that they were just ugly and ridiculous. But these are very subtle and very cute and super uber comfy. I got these on clearance. They were like $200 off. I only paid, they were expensive. I did pay like $126 for these, but they were almost $400 regular price, so I figured it was okay at that point. I wish they would have had an 8 wide because they are very narrow and my toes tend to hurt a little bit if I wear them for extremely long periods of time. But for the most part, they are perfect. That is it for favorites for the month of November. I was going to put some music favorites in this month, but after last month with the copyright debacle that I had, I figured I would just skip it. I'm going to do some more research to see how we can put the music favorites into the video and not have it violate any copyright laws and still be able to let you guys hear the music and see my reaction to it and all of that other fun stuff and not step on anybody's toes. So stay tuned for that in future favorites. And let me know in the comments down below what some of your favorites were for November. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to tell you guys except for thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Love ya.